Hey, what's up everybody? This is C.L.S. All-in-One. In today's video, I will show you how to make a raised garden bed box. To construct this, I'll be using a cedar tone premium pressure treated lumber that I purchased from Menards, and this is suitable for ground contact use in areas such as a garden. When building a raised garden bed like this, typically you're looking for a height of around 9 to 12 inches, so a 2x10 or 2x12 will work great. The size of your garden bed box can be whatever you choose, but it's easiest to pick a size that somewhat matches the lengths of the pressure treated lumber that you'll be using. My garden box is 12 feet long by 3 feet deep, so I purchased two 12-foot long 2x10s and one 8-foot long 2x10. Now let's go ahead and get started. So first I will be cutting this 8-foot long board in two pieces measuring at 36 inches. After making a mark with my tape measuring pencil, I then use a straight edge, such as this speed square, to make a nice clear mark that I can follow to make my cut. Pressure treated lumber is usually a little harder to cut through, especially if it's still wet, so just take your time with your cuts and keep them as straight as you can. So I now have two 36-inch pieces, and these are the only cuts I need to make because the other boards are already 12 foot long. But you'll want to keep in mind that sometimes the factory cut ends can be somewhat crooked or rough, so you may have to trim a couple inches off the end of the board if it's not in good shape. To secure the boards together, I will be using some exterior rated 3.5-inch long screws. When securing the boards together, it's best to find a somewhat level surface to lay the boards on. Then I line up two of the board ends together and begin screwing them with at least 4 screws evenly spaced on each corner. And I will also be adding some decorative corner brackets to each corner as well, so I have to make sure to place these screws in areas that will not interfere with the corner brackets. When screwing the boards together, sometimes it may be easier to just pre-drill a hole first if you find that it's too hard to just drive the screws. You also may have boards with slight differences in width, so a pry bar or a shim of some sort may make it easier to get the top of the boards flush with each other before screwing them together. So I now have a garden bed box that I can use just as it is, but I'm going to go ahead and add some decorative black corner brackets that I purchased from Menards. So these brackets have a dual purpose because they will add some decoration to the garden box and also add some structure to the box as well. To secure these brackets to the wood, I'll be using some 1.5-inch long lag screws that I painted black to match the brackets. And with each lag screw, I will be pre-drilling a hole first, then driving it with a socket and drill. So I will be installing 2 brackets in each corner on the top and bottom. And I could just mark the holes with a pencil, but right here I'm just holding the bracket in position, then using this as a guide to drill my holes. Now I will hand thread the lag screws a few turns, then drive them down with the drill. Then I will just keep repeating these same steps with all the remaining brackets. And here's a look at the almost finished garden bed box. So from this point, this box could rest directly on the ground because it is made of treated lumber, but I decided to go ahead and make a mini foundation for this box. Using various pavers and edge blocks, I made a small concrete foundation for this box to rest on, because even though this is made of treated lumber, eventually it will start to rot. And this usually happens to the bottom side first, so having these concrete blocks on the bottom will protect it and extend the life of the box. To secure the box in place, I used some steel form stakes, which work great. These are around 30 inches long and drive in place fairly easy with a small sledgehammer. After driving the stakes all the way down, I then secure them to the box with 2 exterior screws. And I would recommend to place a stake within every 4 feet to keep the box secure to the ground. From this point, I will go ahead and kill off the grass inside the garden box area using some household vinegar, then wait a few days for it to die off before adding any garden soil to the box. Optionally, I could also add a layer of plastic to the bottom of the box to keep the new soil separated from the old soil, but I chose to just let everything mix. A wheelbarrow works great for dumping the new soil, but it may scratch up your new box. So if you want to avoid this, you can use a chunk of carpet as shown here, or an old blanket, or something similar to protect the box. And here is a look at the finished product. And now this garden bed box is ready to start planting some vegetables. Okay, it's now time for me to go, but I will leave you with a quick preview of my next video, how to make a greenhouse tent for your garden bed box. If you liked this video, if you could hit that like button and please subscribe, and have yourself a great day, and I'll see you next time.